Hey there! Have you ever found yourself wondering why we say I enjoy reading, but then we say I want to read? It's one of those little English grammar puzzles that can be kind of tricky, right? Well, in the next few minutes, we are going to crack it wide open. Let's dive into gerunds versus infinitives. All right, so let's get right into it with a super common grammar puzzle. This is something a lot of us just know instinctively, but have you ever really stopped to think about the actual rule behind it all? So this is the big question, isn't it? Why? I enjoy reading, but I want to read. I mean, they're both about the action of reading, so what's the deal? It all boils down to one simple rule, and I promise, once you see it, it's gonna click. Okay, first things first, we gotta define our terms. What in the world are we even talking about when we say gerunds and infinitives? Let's break it down. It's actually pretty simple. A gerund, that's just a verb with an ing at the end that's pretending to be a noun. Think about it. In the sentence, reading is fun, the word reading is the subject of the sentence. It's the thing that's fun. Then you've got the infinitive. That's just to plus the basic form of the verb. Like, I want to read. Now, here's the most important part. Even though they can both act like nouns, you can't just swap them whenever you feel like it. Okay, so we've got the definitions down. Now for the fun part. Let's see these rules in action. The real secret here, the key to the whole thing, is that the main verb in your sentence, the one that comes before the gerund or infinitive, is the boss. It's the one that decides which form you have to use. Take the verb enjoy. This one's a perfect example. Enjoy is always followed by a gerund. You just wouldn't say, I enjoy to play football, would you? It just sounds wrong. The rule is crystal clear. After enjoy, you use the ing form. I enjoy playing football. Simple as that. But now, watch what happens when we swap out enjoy for hope. Everything changes. The verb hope demands an infinitive, so you have to say, I hope to play football tomorrow. See that? The key isn't the action, playing football, it's the main verb right before it. Enjoy or hope. They're the ones calling the shots. All right, so you've got verbs that take gerunds and verbs that take infinitives. But now for the really interesting part. There are some verbs out there that can be followed by either a gerund or an infinitive. But here's the catch. The meaning of the sentence changes completely depending on which one you pick. And this is the absolute perfect illustration of that point. Just look at the verb stop. On the left, we have she stopped talking. The gerund, talking, tells us the action that she ended. She was talking, and now silence. But look at the right side. She stopped to talk. The infinitive here tells us the reason she stopped. She was doing something else, maybe walking down the street, and she paused that activity in order to start talking. See? Two totally different situations, and it all comes down to that one little grammatical choice. Crazy, right? So, you've seen the definitions, you've seen the rules, you've even seen the tricky exceptions. You know what they say, the best way to make it all stick is to practice. So let's get you ready to test your knowledge. If you really want to lock this stuff in, a great way to do it is with some interactive exercises. The source for today's explainer, ieltsbattles.com, has a fantastic little quiz you can try. It gives you instant feedback, which is awesome for really solidifying what you've just learned. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. We saw how the verb stop completely changes its meaning. What other verbs do you think work like that? You know, verbs like remember or try. Think about it. How does the meaning change there? Let that marinate a bit, keep practicing, and thanks so much for watching.